Hello again. Thank you again for joining me. In the last episode, I was talking about my life growing up with having Asperger's, ASD. So in this episode, I thought I would do it again, but I would go a wee bit deeper into the world of Asperger's and autism, to help people understand what it is to have autism and Asperger's as well, and it's not something to be ashamed about. So it's not. As I talked before, I referred to the movie that came out in 2001, Shrek. I can use this to scene where Shrek is teaching Donkey that ogres have layers, and that is very true about anyone who has Asperger's and autism, ASD. I have actually drawn like a circle chart to help people understand what Asperger's and autism actually is. It's time for the open letter to Hans Asperger's. Sorry, John Green, for taking this here wee bit from you. Yeah, I find you a great inspiration. I watch all your videos. But anyway, Asperger's and autism was discovered by a man called Hans Asperger's, and that he was somehow involved with the Nazis back during World War II. Now, I'm not here to judge him. I'm not here to criticize him or talk about his life choices. Okay, but the one thing we need to stop doing is referring to anyone that was brought up in Germany during that time, or in modern day Germany, that they're associated with Hitler and his Third Reich. Anyway, thank you again, James Mullen. Right, to understand Asperger's and autism, we've got to imagine a circle chart, which is might be on, if you see right here, I've drawn it, and it might be on your screen right now, that the people in the center have severe autism, and towards the outskirts, people have Asperger's, which is high functioning autism. And that everyone that has this disorder is somewhere in this circle chart, that I have drawn up. Now, I'm using the idea of a circle as a good 2D example to explain the difference between Asperger's and autism, and to anyone who has a diagnosis, and that everyone falls on somewhere on this ASD circle. But from doing my research and from growing up, Asperger's and autism, it should not be treated like a 2D shape, because it's very one-dimensional. You just need to think of ASD as a 3D shape, and that's why I'm holding up an onion. Don't worry. I'm not going to start chopping it or eating it, because that would be a very emotional video, and I probably would run out of time. So it's okay, but you will want to watch it. Well, anyway, the reason you need to picture ASD as a 3D shape is because the whole Asperger's and autism is very complex, and everyone who has a diagnosis has different abilities, and they somehow fall in and around the onion, really going from center to high functioning Asperger's. So there's okay, and the wee ray, and everyone has different way going high and low, really. The onion is actually the best example to give to help the world and people who don't understand Asperger's and autism. It's very good because it has layers, really. And as I say about Shrek talking to Donkey, but ogres have layers, it's a very good example, okay, because there's many different layers, and some of the layers would overlap from time to time depending on that particular person, because some people would say that just assume they have autism, but it might be a different type of autism or some other disorder that they haven't discovered. So it's very complex, really. And people that are on the ASD spectrum should also be treated like, I say, parents have used this here before in the past, where they've tried to explain to their kids that they have autism, Asperger's, and some might say it's like having a superpower, sorry. And that's why we need to like, so people so to help them understand it, really, because I see a lot watching Marvel films and all shows on TV. It is kind of like that there, really. It is kind of like having your own superpower. So it is being on the ADSD spectrum, because everyone's different. It's not black and white, so it's not. And that's the good thing about having like being on the ADS spectrum, because like people on the spectrum wouldn't see the world as black and white. They see things different, how things probably should be, and not how the world is. Keep the world just as it is, really. They kind of think, some of them might think outside the box, some of them might not, depending on their diagnosis. I'm not saying we're all like that there, but that's, yes. So you need to start seeing, and that's why many or charities would use to have lots of different colours, really, or use the example of a rainbow in their charity organisation, because everyone on the ADSD spectrum with autism or Asperger's, like myself, I have Asperger's, so high functioning autism. So everyone is different, really. There's no, and it's not just severe and high functioning. We're all somewhere on this sphere of influence, really, with like high points and low points, really. Some might have all high functioning Asperger's, really, so that's good, and maybe some wee dips, really, but some of them might have a few high points but very low points, really. Just depends on the individual needs of the child, the teenager, or the young adult. Okay, so I hope this here video that I've done reinforces to you and helps you understand what Asperger's and autism and being on the ADSD spectrum is all about. And I know, like in the past, see, when I was growing up, really, I tried to hide it. I tried to hide the fact I had Asperger's, really, because I was always unsure of speaking out loud, even though I knew my whole family knew, mum, dad, sister, and all my cousins and aunts and uncles knew, I knew, and the whole parish knew. So I just tried to be as normal as possible by going out with friends, doing things on my computer, playing the computer, doing creative things. Just try to be normal as possible, not to think, because I didn't want the whole world to think like I belong in a wee in a special unit. And I work for us. I do see a lot of vulnerables come in who are mild and severe, and you do feel sorry for them. So that I do understand where they're at, really. And I think maybe I could benefit from that there housing support, but I might not get out of that system, so I might. And because even though I like it here, I'm not on my own, really. I'm with my mum and dad just for a bit of company, but I understand. I did try to house sit my cousin's flat back in the summer, which is very good, very, very good. Got a lot of good experience out of it, and I just found it sometimes a bit too lonely. I wasn't doing much, really, and from that point on I just realised I don't really get out as much. I don't really, even though I think I might have a good social life, I don't really get out as much, so I don't. Well, and you won't go out anyway, because cost of living these days is going through the roof, really. And see, when I went with that, I paid my house keep and I managed my car, bring in food, really, helped them out pay for Netflix and all the other stuff, right, just to contribute somewhere. I do understand, like, see, when I was at my cousin's house, I do understand that when you move out, there's so many bills to pay. There's either rent, mortgage, gas, electric, rates, your Wi-Fi, Netflix, food, insurance, house insurance, car insurance, if you have kids, really, childminding. So there's all these factors, all these, and I was wondering, if I was moved out, would I be able to survive, really? Because I get so much from Asa, really, and I think with a mortgage or no mortgage, would I just be able to survive, or would that be my money gone, really? Even though I do about 25 to 30 hours a week, so which is good, really, and that has been very good to me, so it has been. So yes, I hope, like, yeah, so I think I just rambled on there a wee bit, sorry, but that was good, really. So I'm just getting things off my chest, really, to help you understand. Yeah, so because sometimes I do, when I was up in House City, my cousin's house, sometimes I did get a wee bit overwhelming, really, so I did, and just worry about the future, because I've never actually properly had the experience when I was younger to go off to uni and go to halls or go into a student house, really, with a few friends, really, so help me just to adjust, really. So I'm not living on my own, really. I've still got, I'm still with a group of people, really, so I'm not just on my own, really, just to help me. That could have helped if I had it a wee bit sooner. That's why I was looking at halls, really, when I was at uni, but it's too expensive, really. It's like crazy amount of money, and I thought maybe I'll just put that towards something else, really. Just don't be wasting my money. Yeah, so I hope this wee video has been a real help to you, and leave any comments you have on under in the comment section on my YouTube channel. And for anyone who is on the spectrum with autism or Asperger's, just keep doing what you're doing and keep being you, because you are amazing just the way you are, really. Okay, so thank you, and sorry and good luck. Bye bye.